Let's jump right on into motherfucking episode 2, season 2 of Murda Mar Podcast. I'm sorry it took so long to release the second episode. It's been busy with some things, taking care of some things, so haven't sat down to actually, record and then also edit a video. But I'm gonna get more consistent to the point that I at least drop one episode per week. Thank you for everybody that watched the first episode of season 2. Again, too, as a reminder, the full first season of my podcast you can find on Spotify. There's no video for that one, though, it's just audio. But we're moving to video now. So anyways, anyhow, I guess one of the first things I wanted to touch base on would probably be all this hate that's being spewed and spoken on Lebron James Jr., Bronny James. It is, to me, it's like real embarrassing that grown-ass adults are taking the time out of their day to try to down a young man who's literally just following in his father's footsteps. And I understand why people hate LeBron James Sr. I get it. He's probably tortured your team for the past 20 years. That has to be the reason why you guys hate this man. And other people hate him because, he's, arguably one of the greatest of all time. And some people are sort of stuck in the past that they want Jordan to be the greatest of all time forever. And it just hurts their little souls that somebody else can be better than him. And it's okay, it's a part of life. It happens. Sometimes people are better. It's just a part of it. But let's just get back to focusing on Bronny. The fact that so many people are upset that a young man is, played 1 year in college, y'all hated on him the entire time. All of his years of high school, they hated on him, say he was trash, he was this, that, blah, 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 blah. Knowing that he has some very, very big shoes to fill. Like, with the name alone, it's going to come a lot of, there's going to be a lot of people talking or expecting him to, be super great and to accomplish a lot of things and be one of the best basketball players ever just because of his dad. Now, if he doesn't show, he's already shown that he is, a reflection of his father, his passing skills, dribbling skills, his defense, his shooting, his ability to drive to the lane. And but people are trying to find any little thing to nitpick and to try to discredit this young man when really you should be, upping him and hoping the best for him. Now, no matter what he does in his life, whether he makes it in the NBA or not, which I hope he does, whether he does or not, he's still going to be successful in anything that he does because he has a family that has laid a foundation for him that, he's going to be successful no matter what he does, whatever career path, God has planned for him, he's going to be successful in that. And I wish he does, I wish him the best. I just think people need to stop with their own disappointment in their lives and how much they hate themselves or things that they didn't accomplish, that they try to push that bullshit onto somebody who's half their age. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, grow the fuck up. Like, how mad at your life can you be to the point that you have to talk down on a young man I don't think he's even 21 yet, and y'all have so much to say about him day in and day out. Like, it's pathetic. It's literally pathetic. There's plenty of other things to worry about in life versus trying to talk down on this young man. And we all talk down on sports figures. Like, it's part of the game. It comes with the territory. If a player doesn't do what we want, I'm guilty of it as well. I'll say, oh man, he sucks, he's not shooting well, or oh my god, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, whatever. It's a part of it. It comes with it. With being an athlete, people are going to have their opinions on you, but I feel like the opinions on him are much more a reflection of people's hatred of his dad, when his dad is a great human being and has only done positive things in his entire career. Not just on the court, but off the court too. LeBron is a staple in so many communities for a positive, as a positive influence. He shows people you can be great no matter where you come from, no matter circumstances. He's someone, to look up to in any aspect of life, not just basketball. So the way that so many people hate on this man and his family is just it's just crazy to me. I don't get it, but it's the way the world works. A lot of people, jealous, envious, have hatred in their hearts. So it is what it is. Best of luck to Bronny. I know he'll do well at this next level. And if he doesn't, oh well. I'm sure he'll do something else that'll be great. So it is what it is. So I want to stay on this topic actually because there's another person that people are hating on hardcore on the WNBA side, and that's Caitlin Clark. And this one I don't understand because let me think about this. She hasn't done anything to get such a negative light, right? Like it doesn't make sense to me when she's pretty quiet. I don't know everything about her, but it doesn't seem like she really talks too much or says, "Hey, I'm the best," or talks shit or anything like that. It seems like she just goes out and tries to play basketball, and I think her game reminds me of Steph Curry's, and that's great basketball. I mean, she shoots pretty deep. She can dribble. She can drive. She can pass. She's great at what she does. So and she's literally opening more doors and putting more eyes on the WNBA, which is something that so many people have complained about, say over the past 5 years at least, saying that no one cares about the WNBA, nobody's watching it, blah blah blah. They need to equal treatment, all this good stuff. It's not blah blah blah, but get the point. And now they have someone, right? I'm not saying there weren't women before her that could have laid this path for more eyes to come, but she is literally, a person that has caused way more eyes to be on the WNBA. More people are watching, more people are tuning in, millions more. Like the data is all there already, and she's very early in her career. But what it seems like all the people that wanted everyone to watch WNBA are now the same people that are mad that Caitlyn is getting all the eyes. It doesn't make sense. It's like a double-edged sword. Like you can't win either way of it. It's like, you want us to watch, and now we are watching and paying attention, and now you're saying, "Oh, don't watch her." What the fuck? We can't win. We can't win here. It just lose. So whatever. It's just, again, comes with the territory. She's a professional basketball player, and people are going to talk down her peers. Are going to want to beat her. As they should. They want to be great too, and they are great. It is what it is. Whether she's, say, the most famous or whatever, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they all, suit up the same. They all get on the same basketball courts and all have a job to do, and it's great entertainment. And I've been a fan of, I would say, girls basketball for a long time. I haven't always watched women's basketball, but because of my daughter, though, she's played basketball for at least how many years? I don't know, at least 7 years. Yeah, at least I would say. And I know girls basketball gets real intense. It's very competitive, very highly skilled. It's just we as our general population, we just weren't paying attention as a whole, but now we're honing in on it and everybody's watching, and we can see that there's a lot of skill there and there's a lot of great basketball being played. So best of luck to everyone in the NBA, all the rookies, all the vets, and I think people should just let Caitlin Clark play her game, and I'm sure she will do fine. I think she's already averaging about 18 points per game, which is pretty damn good for a rookie if you ask me. What else is there to say? Like, let her do her fucking thing and we'll see what happens. There's no reason for people to want her to fail and only, talk down and talk negative on her. But it probably comes back to jealousy thing. That's where, I guess I'm going to keep this episode on the jealousy thing, and envy, because envy it's one of the seven deadly sins. And well, a lot of people let envy consume their lives. And instead of trying to say a person that they admire, or that they're jealous of, that they're envious of, instead of say taking that person's recipe or taking their own recipes and trying to find a way, they instead use and are fueled by hatred. So they put negative energy out into the world, and they never accomplish anything that they want to accomplish because they're fueled by the wrong things. So when you're fueled by envy and rage and hate and all that good stuff, all you're going to get is negative results. All you're going to ever get back in your life is those things that you put out into the world. So if you want all these things that someone that's say more successful than you or better than you in your eyes, whatever the case may be, that you're jealous of, if you want those things, maybe you should take a step back and look at the positives on what they did and apply those things to your life instead of trying to find a way to discredit that person or talk down on them. Because you're not going to get anywhere. And I promise you, the person that you're envious of does not give a fuck about your emotions. Like, they don't care that you're pissed off. It is what it is, because they have a life to live, you have a life to live, and apparently your life is dictated around that person's life. Like, you live for another person, but you hate this person. But everything you do is based off of the person you envy. Make it make sense. You can't make sense of it. Why? Because you haven't figured out what you're going to be in your life. And just because you haven't figured that out, that doesn't mean that you have to go around being pissed off at somebody else that got their shit figured out or seem that they're further along than you. Every person in this earth is further along than someone else. We're all behind someone or ahead of someone. It's not a fucking race. It's just about finding your piece and finding what you're good at and applying it to the best of your abilities to your life, and trying to make a better situation for whatever situation that you're in. We all go through things. We all, are at a point that we, want to get better or achieve better things. And, you can get there, but you will not get there. I assure you, you will not get there or achieve these things if you're fueled by negative hate, rage, envy, jealousy. You will not get there. All you're going to do is be pissed off every day and dig yourself into a deeper hole where, you can't find your way out, and you're blinded by you're blinded by all the negative. You're going to create poison all around you, and then you're going to poison people around you as well. So in your attempt to, get over or piss off somebody that's not even paying attention to you, you've now made negative relationships with your friends, your family, your kids, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, wife, whatever the case may be, all because you're fucking jealous and pissed off. Just do better, be better. There's more to life than being a pissed off little pussy bitch. Subject. I do want to say this before I like this. I do not condone smoking. I do not promote smoking. Smoking is very bad, and I don't think you should do it. It is a bad habit that I'm trying to kick. So, just bear with me. And I'm not going to show it on camera though. But anyways, my next topic that I wanted to briefly just speak on is accountability, because it kind of go hands in hand with people being jealous, and I'll get there, how the two work together. Accountability obviously is, by definition, is someone holding themselves say accountable for their actions, reactions, and things that they've done, mistakes, whatever the case may be. Holding someone accountable means that person owns their responsibility for whatever they did. So I think that a lot of adults go through life by never being held accountable, or they run from being held accountable. So instead of being truthful with their mistakes, they instead lie about it or stretch the truth. And, the world would be a better place if people didn't run from accountability. And it's okay to make mistakes. We all know this. It's like the most cliche thing ever to say. You fall down 7 times, get up 8, right? I guess I shouldn't call it cliche, but whatever the fuck you want to call it. We all fuck up. We all do things that we regret. We're all going to have problems that, we're going to try to overcome. If we don't realize these problems or deal with them or face them, at the front, then they're going to last forever. You're never going to proceed and progress in life if you're only hiding from the truth. It's one type of person that I just will never ever be able to, understand or like. It's liars. I don't think there's nothing worse than a liar, because why are you lying? Like, what do you achieve out of it? Like, you're embarrassed. I get it. You don't want to get caught or whatever the case may be. It doesn't get you anywhere. The more you lie, it just digs yourself in a deeper hole, whatever situation. You can apply this to relationships, business, work, home, school, anywhere in the world. Lies do not help at all. Now, I was trying to think of an example where lying might be okay, but I can't really think of any. I mean, I guess sometimes people lie if they don't want to hurt someone's feelings. Like, for example, if, a dude cheats on his girl and she's like, hey, did you mess with this girl? And he's like, she just says, oh, I'm going to be very sad, obviously, if you did. And he's like, no, I would never do that to you. People do that, but then, down the line, you find out the truth, and he actually did cheat with that girl, and now, look, you're in a worse situation. It's just a simple example why lying doesn't help, and, being held accountable for your actions. It just will help you become a better person if you take what you've done wrong and try to fix it or adjust or not make the same mistake twice. But if you keep lying to yourself, you're going to make those mistakes forever and ever. You're never going to make it past those because you're hiding the truth. You want to cover up what's actually going on in your life, and that just won't get you anywhere. So, as adults, and especially too, we try to push on our kids to always tell the truth, be honest, don't lie to me, don't do this, don't do that. Did you break this? Did you throw that ball over there? Did you let the dog, whatever the case may be, right? We try to, drill into our kids to tell the truth, to be held accountable for their actions. But then as adults, you can't even hold yourself accountable. How the fuck is that fair to someone who's just learning and figuring out life, right? That you try to make them be held accountable for any action that they have, but you can't even hold yourself accountable for your actions. And you have a lot of adults running around this world that have never grown up. They are stuck in their ways, whether, no matter what age range they've grown up, you run into these adults everywhere, just known liars, just people that live negative lives that won't hold themselves accountable for anything. And they're usually the first ones to have something to say about other people. But it's like, how have you never grown up? But, you have to grow up at some point. But some people go their whole lives never growing up. They just get stuck in their ways. And, I feel sorry for those people. But, that's what they want to be. They want to be liars for the rest of their lives. They want to be stuck in their ways. And it is what it is. Then once it's all said and done, it's something they'll have to answer for, on the big day. And that'll be another subject on a different day. I guess call it Judgment Day, which... I'll give my input on that. I mean, if you guys want me to touch on it quickly, I can do it maybe on the next episode. I can, if you want to go down that route, because definitely going to expand more into, say, spiritual stuff, stuff that has to do with aliens, old truths, world history, ancient civilizations, like the stuff that I've been researching and learning a lot about. I definitely want to speak on those. So I'm definitely going to have to get more consistent with some of these videos so that I can touch base on a lot of these topics, because there's a lot of important information out here that I feel like people aren't aware of, that I would love to share the knowledge and, have a dialogue with people about certain things. So just let me know what topic you want me to go towards next, and I'll definitely touch base on it. Whether it be if you all are interested in learning more about the real history, say, of Egypt or Antarctica, for example. Those are two places that I have quite some knowledge on. There's a couple more places too. Ancient Mexico, USA, obviously. Um, what else do I know? Oh, China and India. Yeah. It's a lot of history out here. I would love to share some of that information, so I'm going to do that for sure. All right, the last thing that I want to touch base on is the Terrence Howard stuff and all the things that he's been talking about, and all the things that he's discovered, came up with patented, and he's very, very intelligent. And I didn't know Terrence Howard was this intelligent. I didn't know how much data he's collected, how much he's researched, and how much he's learned over these years to present some things that make a lot of sense. Now, it's a lot of stuff to unpack, it's a lot to learn, and you have to be kind of ready to learn these things. You also have to have some basic knowledge of the periodic table of elements, which we learned in grade school, but probably best to revisit it, which I'm going to do. And then I'm going to rewatch some of his other videos, not just the one that I seen on the Joe Rogan Experience. So yeah, it was a great episode. I don't watch the Joe Rogan podcast often, but I have watched it recently. Now, a couple times I watched the Cat Williams episode and this Terrence Howard one, and I've seen others over the time. But he has some great people on, and he's a great person. I love the topics that they get on, and for me, I've been doing a lot of research and learning a lot lately about astrophysics and space and all that good stuff. So really, I'm going to do a deep dive on a lot of things like that, because I feel like it's a lot of valuable information that people need to understand and need to know. Just because I feel like we're still at a point in time in the world that the general population just thinks that when it comes to space, that some stuff is like fake and conspiracies and all that good stuff, and it's not, though. Like, it's real. So here's just one example, and I think I'm going to leave off on this one fact and one subject, one mention I'm going to say, and then I'll save the rest for another episode. But what I want to say is this: if we know that the universe is 13.8 billion years old, right? We know it's at least that old, right? And humans have only been on Earth, just one little planet in out of millions, billions of planets in the universe. We know that humans have only been on this Earth for 300,000 years. There's plenty of other species just on Earth that haven't been around way longer than us. What makes you think that we would be the only ones to be an intelligent life form on this one planet, and we're one of the youngest? It doesn't make sense. Whether you believe in space and science and all that good stuff, just look at it on a math level. Just look at it on the math doesn't make sense. If we were the only ones to exist on the only planet in the entire solar system to have life, that would be the equivalent of the possibility of that would be we would be 0.0000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000000 of life on a planet in the universe. It doesn't make sense just use logic. It doesn't make sense. So, there's already been proof of alien contact I'm not even talking the countless abductions that people have claimed to have happened to them. I'm talking about real life communication has happened with aliens. Our government came out last year and admitted that there is aliens here from other planets, and everyone just kind of was like, oh, whatever. What? How is that not a big deal to anybody that not a wild animal in the ocean or in the Amazon that we haven't discovered. Also, Amazon, there's a lot to uncover there too, and the ocean. But anyways, from another planet, the U.S. government came out and admitted that there is life here from other planets, and he said that they're not as nice as we thought, or whatever the case may be. There's a whole thing. There's a whole court case about it. You can look this up, and and I will show you. I might even put a link in the description to show you. But yeah, there's a lot there. There's a lot going on in the space in the world. That's the reason we have a space force now, because it's necessary. For I don't know what the future holds, but I know that all the contact that has been made with otherworldly beings, there's going to be more. There's going to be more things happening. I just know it is. Whatever. It's just my gut feeling, or maybe it's just I'm basing on history and facts of stuff that has already happened. You cannot deny the truth. I understand it's very scary and it's a sensitive subject, and people don't want it to be true. They don't want it's something in movie. It's sci-fi. It's fake. It's fiction. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's not fiction. You know what I mean? It's real. Like, this shit actually exists. They actually exist. You know. It is what it is. But, we'll do some more episodes on that. I think I'm going to stop here. And, I'm going to say what the YouTube motherfuckers say. Be sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, do that, though, for sure, though. Because I'm going to post a lot of great content, I think. And we'll see if you guys like it. You guys and gals like it, be good. Because I'm just going to let my mind speak and, say my thoughts. I have a lot to say that I think I need to document. So that's why I'm doing this. So, yeah. Peace and love. I'm outie. Da-da.